What up? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Jungle Beat Podcast, episode 14.
Let's go.
I like today. Today's nice. You
Yeah.
know what? Just me and you,
Yeah.
old school.
Old school.
I think we needed a little bit more bonding time.
Yeah.
We've had a guest on like every single episode for the last like maybe 10.
100%. 100%.
So it's nice to be back, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Cheers to real surprise winning.
Hey, we were both surprised. Wow. Man.
I didn't expect that.
No, not at all.
I thought, I had zero expectation for the rest of the season, honestly, after we lost the last one against the Houston collapse.
Yeah.
I didn't think this team, not that I questioned if they had it in them, because I felt like it was a little bit different this time.
Yeah.
The last two games that we played, I had high expectations and they fell through.
They fell through.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going into this game, no expectations.
I think I did the same thing.
Season's over, essentially, but let's see what they do.
We're more so just going in to watch as fans of football, and not necessarily fans of like the team as a whole.
Well, I think we were there for the team, obviously, but I think
100%.
I think it was more or less like that's what I'm saying about expectations. Like if the reason I thought the game was so great is because I thought we'd lose by at least 10, 14 points.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of players play really great.
Yeah, we put belt to ass.
Yeah,
we put belt to ass, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
We'll get into all of it. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah. So let's go into game balls because I felt like today the Chargers game had a handful of guys that really stepped up.
Yeah.
So who you're gonna give your game ball to?
I'm gonna give the game ball to Liam.
Yeah.
Liam. After such a epic collapse, everybody could have been down in the dumps. It could have been the end of the season. Seriously, I mean, because that's how the fans felt. So I know some of the players probably could have felt that way.
Yep.
So his coaching and his motivation and his energy he put into everyone else, and they went out there and played probably the most complete football that they played all year.
Yeah, and we saw them against Houston too. I mean, it's a great call out for Liam. I think if you take out that last fourth quarter, last 12 minutes of the Texans game, we've been playing really good football.
100%.
And I think for the team, like you said, it's a huge disappointment. And we've seen it in years past where the Jags will have a collapse like that and just not be, and they'll basically fold and give into the rest of the season.
And the first thing I can think about is the ETN fumble on the 1 yard line. Yeah. That was the first game of the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the team is so much more mentally tough. I think Liam, that was the hardest coaching job he had to do after that loss to Houston, to get these guys still to be bought in, still to see a vision, still to be optimistic, and they played pissed off again.
Yeah,
and they played like they did in the first handful of games when they're on fire.
Yep, 100%.
What do you think? Let me ask you this: what was the most surprising part of that game? Because there's a lot of surprises for me.
My most surprising part of the game was the amount of penalties that we did not get.
I didn't know that until after the game. I didn't see the stat. Yeah, but that's a good one.
So like being there, because we went and was there live. Like I think there was a flag on the Chargers on something, and I stopped and I was like, wait, how many flags do we have? And we didn't have like much of any. So like that was huge to me. That was huge.
Yeah, that was definitely surprising. I think for me it was the defense.
Yeah.
I didn't see, especially, Newsome went out. Not that we had a ton to go in there with, right? But then we saw Newsome go out and Christian Braswell had to go. And I'm like, bro, they're hanging 40 on us. And they only got 6 points.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
didn't score a touchdown.
So unbelievable by the defense. But let's start there. So typically we do three stock ups and three stock downs. Yep. This week we're gonna do it differently.
Yeah,
because we don't really have a lot of stock downs.
Not at all.
So I'm gonna do our standard 3 stock ups and then 3 further ups. So we're gonna start low and then we're gonna build to high, like who the top guy is. So, did I get my game ball? I don't think I did.
I don't think you did.
I'm gonna give it to Tootin, by the way.
Tootin, really?
I'm gonna give it to Tootin.
That's a good.
This is coming from a guy that's kind of been hating on him.
Yeah, he was hating
all year, and it had nothing to do with Tootin. It had more to do with like ETN and their perception in the offseason with, hey, we're going to get rid of him. We got this new back.
Yeah.
So I was more in defense of ETN than like anti-Tootin.
Yeah.
But he played unbelievable.
No,
he was running through people's face masks.
Yeah. I wish he wouldn't have tripped at the end of that one.
He had a couple where he really should have popped for like 40, 50 yards.
Yeah, 100%. I think as he goes along and gets more touches, he'll keep his balance and he'll break those.
Yeah, that 100%. Was exciting to see. Real quick, just kind of a side note with Tootin. I mean, it's one game, but with his breakout game, do you think ETN is a necessity to re-sign next year? Like, do you think it's a must re-sign, or are you comfortable rocking with Tootin next year?
I do think it's a must re-sign. I think for Liam Cohen, it's a Bucky Irvin, Rashad White type of situation.
Exactly.
And I think that he's going to continue that. I think Liam loves the 3 running back set that he has.
Yep.
And I think he's going to continue that.
Yeah, I don't think it's. How do I preface this? I think it's not a necessary like you have to re-sign him,
right?
But I would strongly encourage it because what you're saying 100%. Is the amount of time that the amount of reps and snaps that Liam wants to run the ball. You have to have multiple backs in there, and it's a great 1-2 punch right now. Love to see that going forward. Maybe sign ETN to like a short term, like 2-year contract.
Yeah,
I don't think the running back market is going to be that huge. I think he might like the fit staying in here.
Yeah,
so
100%. I think so my thing, I was thinking about this as I was watching the game.
Yeah.
The Lions have Sonic and Knuckles. We need our own our own tag team type of like name for
you're trying to figure out names for
him? Yeah.
I like the toot.
I like that. That was dope.
That's a nice celebration.
That's dope. Yeah, we gotta think of something.
We'll
for
figure
them.
out.
Yeah,
but they're both kind of the same, almost.
Yeah, same kind of similar skill set. They're able to bounce off tackles.
Put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Drop.
Maybe I'll drop a poll or something tomorrow. I'll come up with a couple names and we'll come up with something.
There you go. Perfect. All right, so 3 stock ups. All right, so let's do the first stock up. Who's your first stock up in this game?
My first stock up is Yasir Abdullah.
Yeah, he balled out.
Man, he balled out. I thought that on special teams, he set the tone.
Yes, sir.
Oh, exactly. My God. Very violent on anytime they ran the ball out of the end zone or you try to return the ball, he's coming through smacking people.
I don't know how many kick returns they had, but it felt like he was every single tackle.
Yeah,
he made every single tackle.
I feel like he had every single tackle.
It was pretty close. I know he had 3, but he laid the wood on all of them.
Oh, my God. He's smacking them every single time. And I was super, super impressed by that. Just off the simple fact of him not maybe getting as many opportunities as he wants on the field in the defensive sets. So for him to go out there with the same level of energy that he would have on defense during kickoff and still smacking people, man, it was really impressive to see.
Yeah, that's a good one. And I kind of pairing to what you're saying, my first stock up is Dennis Gardeck.
Oh, nice.
So another kind of special teamer that, that's how guys get into the league and make their names and then earn reps on defense, right?
Yeah.
But I think Gardeck, and I tweeted about this too, like he was playing too much off the ball.
Yeah.
They were playing Ogba way too many snaps. They were playing Smoot on the edge too much. And they weren't getting enough pass rush. And they listened to me, thankfully. And I was watching during the game. I was like, oh shit, they're actually listening to what I said because they put him on the edge as that third edge rusher.
And he was blowing it up.
Yeah,
dude, he was blowing
made
it up.
multiple plays.
Game wrecker.
Disrupting Herbert was the biggest. Like if we gave Herbert any time in that game, I felt like we would have been toast. And the D line really, as a whole, really stepped up. But I thought Gardeck was my first stock up.
Yeah, dope.
What's your second?
Second stock up, it has to be the offensive line.
Hell yeah, they played awesome.
They can't be further up because they have not been playing great.
I'll say this: we're going out of order.
Yeah.
They're my further up.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
I thought they played unbelievable.
Yeah.
For how inconsistent they've been.
Right.
To have them not only show up in the run game, which they definitely did,
100%,
moving people,
100%.
but I thought there's a couple plays right out the gate where Trevor had all the time in the world. I was like, oh shit,
yeah.
I was like, that looks like a pocket.
That looks like a pocket.
That looks clean.
This
he has
is
room
what
to
this is
step
supposed
up.
to look like.
I was like, oh shit. So I was happy to see that.
Yeah.
So I was like, I mean, it's so like obvious, and you can say it every single week, but both sides of the offensive and defensive line, you need to play well. And to win in the NFL, you need to stay consistent and play well as a unit.
Yep.
I thought that was the best game as a unit this year. So the offensive line's a great one.
100%.
Is there anybody specific on the offensive line that you wanted to kind of shout out? Because I thought all of them played well together. But
and you know what's crazy? I'm going to shout out Walker Little.
I think play better.
He played really well. Yeah. And also, but my thing, that's why I gave it to the whole offensive line, because Walker Little played great, but Ezra Cleveland played so good.
I thought Hainsey was moving people too in the middle. Too.
Oh my god.
You know, Van Lanning started at right tackle.
Yeah.
And Anton was out this game, and I thought Van Lanning played great.
He played
he stepped in. Even we were dogging Edoga, but he came in. Against the last touchdown with Hainsey and him.
Quality minutes. Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah.
So the offensive line played great.
Yeah. Who's your second stock up?
All right, so let's go offensive line. So I think my other stock up, I'm gonna say Jacoby Myers.
Nice
would be my second one.
That was gonna be my further.
Yeah, Jacoby's. For the limited amount of time that he's been here, I'm shocked. Maybe not shocked, but I'm surprised that Trevor's going to him as often, and he's that confident and already in sync.
Yeah,
because he's been out of sync with like BTJ and Travis early on, and Diami, and this guy comes in. He's a pro's pro. Catches everything. Knows how to get open. Just like a veteran that you needed in that room, and I'm excited going forward too. Like next, they're gonna resign him.
No, he has to be resigned.
They're gonna resign him, similar to like ETN. I think they'll get him like on a 2-year deal or something like that. And it's just nice to have a wide receiver that can catch the ball. That's my favorite part.
For his special ability to be his hands is exactly what we need right now. And I saw the comparison to Marvin Jones Jr.
I think he's better.
Things like that. I do too. I like his route running a lot better. He's able to manipulate space with the space that he's given. Make it seem like he's doing something else when he's doing something else. I think that he's a pro's pro.
Yeah, and I think he's a little bit of a different player. I think Marvin might have been more explosive, a little bit faster and things like that. But I think Jacoby just has a knack for getting open. Like I said, he catches everything, and he's physical. That's the other thing that we're missing. Like
not scared to catch the ball over the middle.
Like I was asking for a tight end at the trade deadline, but I'm happy with how they're using Jacoby, because it's kind of like that move tight end, somebody over in the middle that can just catch things catch the ball for Trevor. So I'm really excited for that. What's your second one?
My second one.
Third.
Third. My third stock up is gonna be. You ready for this one?
I'm not sure.
My third stock up is gonna be Quinn Morris.
All right,
man, he balled out. In my opinion, made some clutch catches. Blocking down the field in the run game. I really enjoyed watching him line up at that tight end position and just cause havoc. And was really like, oh man, he was what we love Brenton Strange for.
I was just gonna say Brenton Strange.
That's pretty much
on those. What are they called? I don't know. I think like inside zone runs or whatever. But when the tight end comes back and kind of wraps around and knocks out the defensive end, he played. He did that great on a handful of blocks.
He did one that ETN scored on where I
think 2 and 2.
Oh, and 2 and 2. Okay, cool. Yeah, man, give it to him.
Yeah, it's hard not to give. Like that's why we're doing 6 of these guys, because there's plenty of guys that play great this week.
100%.
But 100%. That's a good underrated one, because you're right. He did make a few catches too, and shout out to kind of all the unsung heroes too, like Strigow, BJ Green. We said Abdullah and Gardeck already, but there's Van Lanning.
So many guys stepped
up. Trammell made a great catch. Like,
oh my god,
all the unsung heroes in this game.
That he was going to be my further stock up.
Yeah. All the unsung heroes in this game really stuck up. Stepped up. Yeah. So those are really cool to see.
Yeah, man. That was dope.
My third one, who am I going to go to? I'm going to say for my third one, it's going to be, man, do I split them up or not? I'm going to say Trevor.
Trevor? Okay.
So Trevor had a really rough start, I thought. And I even tweeted, it's going to be hard to defend him after this one. After the pick, I was like,
that pick was a bit egregious.
And the fourth and third throw, I thought was dog shit. He had Parker Washington
open. Oh, God. And he had ETN open in the flat. And, being there, he never even looked ETN's way.
Well, here's the issue. Cohen said it earlier in the week. He said, hey, I talked to Trevor, and I said, cut it loose. So I was like, okay. And then as soon as Trevor gets on the field, what does he do? He hesitates and does not cut it loose.
Yeah.
He does the polar opposite.
Yeah.
So I really questioned him in that first half. But I thought after that, he really settled down and
100%.
He was putting it on guys.
Yeah.
He was, the biggest thing for me was he was making his layups.
Yeah.
He had 150 yards passing and a rushing touchdown.
Yeah.
So what? But at the end of the day, it's kind of like with Jalen Hurts, right? In Philadelphia, it's like if they're going to run the ball that so much, you just need to make your layups.
Yeah, that's it.
Get the easy throws. When it is third down, he really stepped up. Going to Jacoby, going to Tim Patrick, guys like that too.
Quinn Morris. Yep.
I thought Trevor had a pretty good game. So he's my lower stock up, but I think it's still enough to get him a stock up.
100%.
How do you think he played?
Like you said, he knows how to play to. I always think he needs this kind of slow creep up to where he may make a mistake here and there. I'm glad it happens early and not late.
Exactly.
I think that with one of those interceptions in the beginning or one of those bad throws or a few of those bad throws, that 4th and 3 where Parker Washington clearly is beating this DB, and I think they were even running zone.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I feel like Jacoby Myers could have caught that ball if it was placed in there, because he threw it in between the zone. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I won't say that it was a bad decision. I just think it was a bad ball. And Trevor's gonna Trevor.
Yeah.
Trevor's gonna Trevor. But at the end of the day, Trevoring hasn't really lost us the games. You know what I'm saying?
Trevoring. Yeah, I kind of hear where you're coming from. I think he did enough. That's what I'll say. I mean, he didn't have an unbelievable game.
No.
But he didn't also, Liam put him in some situations where he could have lost the game for us. I thought that, that first, was it the first 4th down? Yeah, I thought he should have took the points later in the game. What was the one? Oh, that's where he fumbled it, where he got knocked out of his hands.
Yeah.
They should have kicked the field goal there.
They should have kicked the field goal there.
I think Liam thinks way too much about that sometimes, the analytical side.
Yeah.
I think he leans way too much into it. I'm all for being aggressive.
Yeah.
But also some of the play calls when he is being aggressive.
Yeah.
I question those too.
I think that for this game specifically, we were so firmly in control of it.
Yeah.
I feel like he was really okay with putting the defense in that situation, and he was right.
Yeah,
he was right.
We've seen it in other games this season where it's not a blowout, and it comes back to bite you, or it at least makes the game closer than it should be. So
agreed.
That's something to watch out for. So we talked about Trevor. All right, so we're gonna go into our further ups.
Yeah,
who's your further up?
The off rip ETN. I love the way ETN is playing, man, and it's consistent. Every game, he's playing in a way to where it makes us competitive, right?
It makes it hard not to re-sign him.
It makes it hard not to re-sign him.
And we've talked about him as a stock up, I want to say every week.
Every week.
I don't think he's missed a week.
He hasn't missed a week. He hasn't missed a week of stock ups. And I think his stock is way up now because even with Tootin doing his thing, you can't ignore how good ETN is playing.
Yeah.
And it makes me super confident if your team gives up at least 50 yards a game to the running back, I am very much so confident in our running back group, and I think that that 1-2 punch between ETN and Tootin they're gonna make it happen. So ETN is definitely my further stock up.
Yeah, I think he's your best weapon on offense.
Yeah,
most consistent playmaker on offense. Mm-hmm. He hasn't really caught the ball like I thought they would. Get him involved in the passing game this year. But what he is doing is he's running the hell out of the ball.
Yeah, 100%.
He's running as hard, and
100%.
We've mentioned it before, but I'll mention it again. I've never seen him run this hard before.
No.
And when you get a motivated back like that, who's got talent, I think he could double his numbers in the second half. I think, I really think 100%. He could get, I think he's 700 yards right now.
Yeah, he's going to be 1,000-yard back by the end of the season easily.
I mean, with less games, I can still see him getting 1,400 yards.
Yeah.
So If we're gonna run it 50 times a game, I'm not sure, but I don't
What was
mind
it, like 40? It was like what?
47.
40 that we ran it.
Yeah.
47. Come on, man. I'm taking that every time. I'm taking it every time. If we're running it 47 times a game and we're able to split the carries between ETN, Tootin, and LaQuint Allen, and then get Trevor involved as well, dude, I'm with it. I'm
100%.
all for it.
I would even run Trevor a little bit more too.
Yeah, 100%.
Kind of lean into that as your identity because that's what they do best. But that goes in my first real stock up.
Yeah.
Which I've been dogging them the entire season, it felt like.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say the whole D line. But I'm gonna say specifically Josh Hines Allen.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Got the sack record, which is great.
Hey, no, that deserves
shout out.
Yeah, no, that deserves a clap. 100%.
I will say we thought we was gonna get it in like the week 3.
Sure. Yeah.
It's week 11?
Yeah. But we knew he was gonna get it. We knew how important it was. They're not gonna say it's important. He's not gonna say it's important for him.
No, I meant something.
But it's super important for them to get it and be effective and continue to be a game wrecker, earn that new contract, all of the things, right? I think as a franchise, for us to say, hey, I got to see one of the greatest Jaguar players of this generation. That's really cool to see, and I'm so glad that we were there to actually witness it and just be a part of it. And that was a really cool moment.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I think this is the first week we talked about it last 2 weeks. Like we played some bad offensive lines, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first time we made a bad offensive line look like a bad offensive line. And you got to hand it out to defense. I thought, going into it, I said the only way we win this game is if Josh Hines Allen, Trayvon, and Eric all get a sack each, and I think they did pretty much.
They did. Yep. I think Trayvon got half a sack.
Yeah.
I think Trayvon got half a sack.
But so they did, and they were all. I mean, Herbert only had 80 yards, and he's a MVP. He's having an MVP type season if his offensive line blocks for him, or when they do rather. So I think it was huge game for the D line, and hopefully that gives them the momentum and the confidence going into the later half of this season because we need them. If we can run the ball like we are, and we're chewing up the time of possession.
Yep.
Those are the first two keys, and then getting after the pass rush after the passer, like that's the biggest thing for us.
Yeah.
We have the guys to do it on paper.
100%.
It's just they haven't been producing.
100%.
So to see them do that when they need them, the whole team played great. So I would say they would be my first real stock up.
So I think my second real stock up is complementary to yours. Because when you have the D-line playing well, then the secondary plays well.
Yeah.
So the secondary is my second real stock up.
Yep.
Antonio Johnson with the pick.
Mm-hmm.
There were some real good PBUs out there, and they were very sticky in coverage. Quentin Johnston almost caught one in the end, but they were all over him.
Mm-hmm.
There was just a lot of guys flying around to the ball. A lot of guys I thought the secondary played very well.
Yeah, that was. I said I was really surprised and kind of shocked that we held them to 6 points.
Yes,
and I know the defensive line had mostly had to do with that, but the secondary didn't get torched.
They didn't get torched at all.
And Christian Braswell played 90% of that game, if not more. So unbelievable by them.
Yeah.
Lad McConkey is no joke.
No joke. Neither is Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen is no joke.
Yeah.
And you made it. I don't know. Lad maybe had a catch, 2 catches at most.
Yeah.
Like under 20 yards, it felt like. He felt like he was non-existent. That's one of the best slot receivers in the game.
100%.
Quentin Johnson's a monster. He almost had a touchdown, but like that was the first time I saw him during the game, and I was like, I forgot he was playing.
Yeah.
And then who's the other? Keenan Allen. And credit to Keenan Allen, he made one hell of a catch.
Yeah, no, he did all that he could do.
But other than that, like, did he do anything in that game?
No.
So it was beautiful to see. I think the secondary is a great one.
Yeah, 100%.
So I said D-line / Josh Hines Allen. I already gave it to Tootin for the offensive line. We already talked about the offensive line.
That was gonna be my
Yeah.
That
was my further stock up. I guess we're kind of going out of order here, but I'm gonna do what your game ball was, which was Liam Cohen.
Yeah.
So I'll finish with Liam Cohen because I thought, again, reiterating it, but it's an important point to make. Like, it is very tough, and we haven't seen it in the past as Jaguar fans for a coach to once a team loses their momentum, loses their confidence, like you could tell, like he said, they were quiet all week too. Like you could tell it was not a good feeling after that game for fans. Everybody thought the season was over.
Yeah. Everybody's ready to hang it up.
Yeah, that's why I said I had no expectations because honestly, I thought the season was over. I was starting to do mock drafts on my phone. I was like, all right, who's good in the second round? And this is November. It's like we've done that for way too many years here in Jacksonville. So, for this, they basically saved the season with this game.
100%.
Because if you look at the rest of their schedule, they're winnable games,
especially these next two.
And you got two cracks at the Colts. You got two games against the Titans, which you should sweep. And then we'll talk about Arizona a little bit too. But there's plenty of winnable games down the stretch here where you can still fight for the division.
Yeah.
Worst case, a wild card team is at least on the surface,
right?
Like you're in the hunt, and
right. And I think that win was so important, especially if let's say that we only qualified for a wild card.
Exactly.
The teams that we're fighting with for the wild card, we have the advantage over because we beat both of those teams, which are the Chiefs and the Chargers.
Yeah.
So I mean, they saved the season with this win.
100%. And look at the wins we've had, by the way.
Yeah.
The Chiefs. I know they're 500 right now, but they're still Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the Chiefs.
Travis Kelce.
We beat, the Chargers were 7-3 going into that game.
Yeah.
That's huge. And there's so many different opportunities this year where they played against we talked how tough their schedule was.
Yeah.
They went up against their toughest part. They have Denver late in the season and the Colts now that are, showed up this season, but there's still a lot of opportunity, and I feel like we're battle tested.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's what you want as a team too. Like you don't want to be a paper tiger. You don't want to beat all these bad teams and then go into the playoffs.
Yeah,
you want to have.
I think that's and this is a bit of side note, but I think that's a lot of what the Patriots have.
It's true.
It's true. They beat a lot of bad
are you saying
teams
this season?
Yeah, this season they've beaten a lot of bad teams, and they're going into the playoffs with just nothing but W's on bad teams.
Yeah, I do think. I've seen a lot of stuff with people kind of putting down. I think they did beat the Bucks. They did beat the Bills, both on away games. Now the rest of their schedule is not good, but I think they're better than what people are giving them credit for. Well, I mean, maybe there's different mixed reviews. They're 9-2.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of people pumping them up, but I'm saying people that are calling them paper tigers. I think the coaching staff and the quarterback, I think they have what it takes. I think they're just rolling right now, but we'll see.
I don't.
We'll see. But what our point though is we're battle tested, and going into the postseason, if we get there, that only works out better for us. And when we get healthy, like that's the other issue. If we get healthy, we get Strange, we get BT, we get J. Lou back, we get Anton. Like we could start really racking up some wins, like we thought we were.
Agreed. So my question to you, I know we're going to move on here, but my question to you is, J. Lou comes back healthy, fully healthy. Is he just automatically taking Jarian Jones' spot right now? I love the way Jarian is playing.
So I don't know if they'll do it, but based on what I've seen so far this season with Jordan Lewis, how do I put this? I'm only going to play him in the slot, I think, when he comes back.
Okay.
Because I've seen him get beat a lot on the outside.
Yeah.
And I feel like teams were game planning and scheming things up for that. So I think he's a great slot corner, and I think he's a great nickel in the league, but I don't think he's as good as an outside cornerback. So I like the way Jarian's playing right now. He's had some really good last couple games. Monteric Brown's been solid.
Yeah.
So I would keep playing them, and then a lot of teams are going to go 3 wide receivers. So Jordan's going to get on the field a ton.
But do we like Jarian on the outside?
I mean, it's tough. I saw Jordan get beat just as bad. I mean, who do you want to play Jordan that much?
I want to play Jordan, but I thought that we were going to see such a drop off in terms of, the person coming off but it has not been that.
Well, here's the issue. I do think Jordan Lewis has more talent than all those guys that we just talked about.
Probably, yeah.
But I think for the secondary as a whole, it doesn't matter. This might have been my point the whole year. The secondary as a whole, I think overall are average. I think we all can agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Made up of a lot of 2s and 3s at most, right? At safety and at cornerback.
Yeah.
it's all about the pass rush. It has nothing to do with the secondary, really.
Got you.
As long as the pass rush is getting home,
Mhm.
you know, if Gardex, like I said, at edge 3 is playing well, you know, if our top two, you know, Trayvon and Josh are playing great, Eric's still, you know, he's having a great season, really.
Eric
Armstead's playing awesome.
100%.
And if they send, you know, like Foye and Devin too, like that, if they play like I think they should be able to play, like I'm not really that worried about who's in the secondary.
Yeah.
They'll
be able to show up.
Yeah, I think they'll be able to be good going forward.
That's fair. Yeah.
What do you think about Camp? I think Camp had a bounce back game too for him.
100%.
He was real happy at the end. He was smiling on the sideline.
No, 100%. I'm actually really excited that Camp was able to have this type of bounce back.
Yeah.
To give up that many points in one quarter and then turn around and not give up a touchdown at all, that in itself, I don't know what he showed them. I don't know what video he showed them before that game.
Well,
but
yeah,
boy, they need to see that video every week.
Yeah, I mean,
and that was just incredible to me.
Yeah, they had their backs up against the wall. I think we talked about it a couple of times. Like, people are just getting film on our coaches, and you know, you've seen Liam do a really good job, you know, since the bye week, I think, of really mixing things up on offense.
Yeah.
You know, putting in different wrinkles and things like that. And yeah, I don't think Camp did as much. Now, does he have the horses to do it? I'm not that sure, but
I think that
with the injuries,
putting Gardeck on the edge is a bit of a wrinkle.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This game, I think he definitely was able to do that.
Yeah.
You know, we had, you know, DeLugo in here too. He was saying that they're playing, you know, way off the ball. The cornerbacks were, you know, way too deep, and I think we even saw it on one of the third downs that I think Jarian gave up or something like that, where I was yelling at the TV. I'm like, Camp, what are you doing? It's 3rd and 3, and you're playing them 10 yards off the ball.
Yeah,
like, just press them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think if, like I said, it all comes down to the pass rush. As long as Camp's confident in our pass rush, he can move those guys up and not worry about these big plays over the top.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought he had a really good bounce back game.
100%. 100%.
Penalties.
What penalties? What penalties?
What about BJ Green's hit?
Oh my god! Oh my god! We were so livid oh my god! The stadium, you could just feel the collected frustration on these roughing the passer calls. Because what is this, like the third one straight?
I don't know. I know Trayvon had a really bad one.
Yeah,
and you said, you know, he hit his face mask, but I thought he was clean.
I thought it was. I thought in terms of the rule book, sure, face mask, the helmet. I guess if you want to throw that, sure.
Yeah.
But in terms of like putting the quarterback in danger, these hits are not putting these quarterbacks in danger.
I mean, he definitely got rocked.
He got rocked.
BJ Green definitely rocked him, but that shouldn't be an excuse to throw the flag.
But my thing is, that was such a technique tackle. Hit him mid-range.
Oh, he couldn't have tackled him any better.
You can't tackle any better than that.
You can't tackle any better.
He even like braced himself and pretty much Justin Herbert before he fell on the ground. Like, it was, I don't know what more you can do in that situation. And then on the against Trey Lance, you can tell that he's just kind of like, dude, I don't know what to.
Smoot, yeah.
Oh, was that Smoot?
Okay, got you. Smoot literally had him wrapped up, and he was just walking him back, waiting for the whistle,
and it never came. And he was just like, well, what the heck? Like, nah, man.
Dude, the refs have been on. I know we've gotten a lot of penalties and shot ourselves in the foot a lot this season. But if you look across the league, the refs are
terrible.
On one.
Oh my!
Do you see where I know we're playing the Cardinals this week? Do you see the McBride celebration?
Oh yeah,
dude, he did like the CD Lamb and a first down, but it wasn't even that bad.
But my thing is, they did say no wiping of the nose. This because it just means something else outside of football, right? So
are they trying to say that it has something to do with like Coke or something?
No. That's a gang thing. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, that's something we're not qualified to talk about on here.
Well, I don't think Trey McBride's qualified to do that then.
He's not. But at the same time, once they spoke about it earlier in the season, I remember those conversations.
I got you.
You know, still though, besides that,
I mean,
NFL referees have just been on one all season for the most part.
There's been a lot of bad calls this season.
Yeah.
I'm all for just letting guys play, honestly.
Same.
Like, I'd rather you like, it's got to be egregious, I think, at the end of the day. Like, I want to get back to, like, if it's a pass interference, he definitely held him. He definitely pulled him. Like, I let the guys play a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, let's go back to the original point that we were trying to make, though. We were shooting ourselves in the foot all season with penalties.
Yeah.
this game on offense we had 0.
Yeah, we played one of the cleanest games that I've seen all season.
Yeah, I mean, in the last few years, I think they played one of the best games. I don't remember them playing that much better than what they did against the Chargers. No. They also had 0 punts too, which is cool.
That's insane.
That's pretty cool.
You know what's crazy? If we were gonna do stock down, the special teams is gonna be my stock down because they
didn't get on the field. Well, that's why
I was gonna say that.
That's why I said, dude, there's no way we can do stock down this week because there's way too many guys that played well, and I can't. Maybe you can question maybe a couple of Liam's like calls or whatever, but other than that, like,
I mean, you can even question him leaving the starters in a little too long, but like still, it's just.
But then you just go on the opposite. What he had to do to get these players to play that well. It's
100%,
like and run it, play calling and things like that.
Mm-hmm. So. And you could tell he just wanted to have them on the field so they understand the idea of finishing the game.
Yeah,
and I like that. I like that idea. I like that that mantra. I like the energy of finishing because I mean, being up 20 on a team, being up 16 on a team, and then having them come back against you and win the game is just that's not a great feeling.
100%.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to look at the injury report today?
Yeah, I did.
All right. So, do you feel confident that Brenton Strange is playing this week?
They did say he was limited participant today, but I really think he might play this week.
I thought he was going to play last week, and Liam said something that he was trending for it. Like a lot of these guys were going to play, and they just didn't. Mm-hmm. So that makes me think he is playing.
I do think so too. I think
limited maybe.
Yeah, I think they're going to limit his snaps, and I hope he splits them with Quentin Morris. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
A person that I'm concerned with, Trayvon Walker. He didn't practice at all today, and he has a knee injury.
So I saw, was it from the game that when he was like limping on? Mm-hmm. But he came back in, no?
I think he did. He did come back in, but you could tell that it was really bothering him.
Yeah, that's not good. He needs to stay healthy because you've seen him when he's off the field. The pass rush is not even close.
It's non-existent. And we're going to need it this week.
So he didn't practice at all today?
Not today, nope. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's not great.
Somebody else didn't practice today too. I can't remember who it was. There were 2 people who didn't practice today.
I did see not Diami. Maybe it was Diami, but I saw Jordan Lewis had a non-contact.
Yeah, he practiced. Yep.
Maybe it was Diami. It was the other guy. I don't know.
No, I think Diami was their full participant. Somebody else didn't practice today. I wish I had.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. But yeah, as far as like injury wise going into this game, here's the thing. We'll talk about Arizona here in a second, but I think going forward, I don't really care about these other teams. Like,
no,
we could talk about them, until we're blue in the face, but like, as long as we need to worry about ourselves.
Yeah,
we need to worry about having the right mindset going into these games, like we did last week, in the beginning of the year too. We need to worry about ourselves getting healthy, and then we also need to just worry about how we play in general. Like, you could kind of go over the matchups and things like that, but like at the end of the day, it's all about us.
Yeah. It's really what you bring to the table. You have to do at the highest level that you can do it at.
Definitely. Yeah. All right, so let's go into the Cardinals a little bit.
Sure.
All right. Jacoby Brissett technically is a backup quarterback.
Technically.
Since Kyler Murray's not playing. Although I do think he might come back as like their starter next year.
I think so too. I don't think that they want to go back to Kyler Murray.
I heard even from their media they're out on him.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna trade him.
You think Kyler Murray's gonna go to Atlanta? Because Atlanta might need him.
Atlanta. Well, if Penix is out, Kirk Cousins. How many years does Kirk Cousins still have on his contract?
I have no idea.
Is he playing for them right now?
Yeah, he is. He's starting for them on Sunday.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where else do you think?
Oh, Yasir Abdullah. That's who it was.
There you go.
Yasir Abdullah didn't practice today.
And Jarian Quad.
Yeah, he had a quad.
Oh, also did not participate. We need Tori. We have a third mic. We got to give it to you.
Yeah, we got to give you the third mic.
Yeah. But yeah. So, anyways, yeah, Brissett I think is good, but Kyler, where do you think Kyler is going next season? Like, if you had to pick a team, I
really don't know.
Rodgers probably is gonna retire.
They don't have a first round pick either.
The Cardinals. Oh yeah,
they don't have a first round pick.
What did they give it up for?
I can't remember, but I
know they have Walter Nolan. Did they trade up to get him?
I have no idea. I just know that from the people that I've talked to, They don't have a first round pick.
Well, who's the teams? Jets, Steelers, Browns, I guess. Who's some Raiders? But they paid Geno, so I don't know.
Geno,
I don't know if they can really afford to get Kyler. Is there anybody else that you think he would go to?
I don't know.
Chat, help us out.
Yeah,
put it in there.
I really think he might go to the Falcons. I really do. I think that they need a mobile quarterback because Michael Penix's not mobile. Kirk Cousins probably not mobile at all. I think that the way that Bijan runs the ball, the way that Kyle Pitts is there, and Drake London, they just need somebody that's gonna, just put it in the air. And Kyler Murray will put it in the air, and he'll, run like a little bad kid.
The issue is the contract, is he's getting paid, and so isn't Kirk Cousins.
He doesn't need whatever they're paying Kirk Cousins. He does not need, in my opinion.
Sure, but you still got to pay him unless you trade him. Even if you do trade him, you're got to eat a lot of that contract.
Yeah, fair. That's
so
fair.
We'll see. But anyways, yeah. So Jacoby Brissett's playing decent right now.
Mm-hmm.
I know he set 47 completions or whatever, but it was in garbage time. Like
all checkdowns.
It's all checkdowns. I'm not really too worried.
Yeah,
but
I'm not worried about that.
To my point, though, it is another backup quarterback where we struggled in the past.
Sure.
Are you worried at all about this game? I think they could definitely move the ball on us still.
Sure. They might.
I know we played well last week, but do you think how do you think he's going to play against us?
What I've loved about Liam is that he's broken streaks and has kept streaks alive, right?
Okay.
This time I think he's about to break another streak of our struggle against a backup quarterback. I think he's about to break another streak. Just like he broke the streak for Houston winning here, and broke the streak of us going to the West Coast and losing.
Yep.
So I think that he's going to continue to go to the West Coast and win because he's done it twice already now.
Okay.
And I think that, I think we're going to be okay. I do think that Jacoby Brissett probably will move the ball. I think Trey McBride might have 100 yards and a touchdown. Maybe
that was going to be the guy I was going to bring up because
but
if you struggle with Brock Bowers and Geno, I think Jacoby Bowers is definitely better than McBride.
100%.
But I think Brissett and Geno probably the same, I guess.
Yeah. I'm going to give it to Jacoby.
Jacoby? Okay.
I'm going to give it to Jacoby.
That's fair. So, yeah, I have a feeling they're still going to move the ball on us. I wonder, you mentioned that their offensive line's not that great.
Yeah. And they're a bit undisciplined.
Yeah, they had 17 penalties last week.
Yeah, like come on. Yeah, like we shouldn't. I'm gonna say we shouldn't
until they prove. This is what I'm gonna say. Yeah. Until they prove it to us that they can do this consistently,
right?
Which is get after, take advantage of bad matchups like their offensive line.
Yeah,
but also not beat themselves with penalties and turnovers and things like that. I'm gonna still sit on the fence and just let them do their thing versus saying they are gonna do it.
Yeah. Okay. I like speaking boldly, so I'm gonna say they are gonna do it. I'm gonna say that Liam now has proven himself, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's proven himself to these players, which they were already bought in. But I think the fans now see it, and the players are now even more bought in just off that bounce back win of completely putting belt to ass to a team that's a playoff caliber team with an MVP caliber quarterback.
Yeah, I think.
But yeah, go ahead.
No. Sorry. I was going to say, I think 100% what you're saying is right. I think they have so much confidence from this last game.
Yeah.
Like, I think people are underrating on how important that last game
was.
No,
100%.
Now, it's NFL's a week-to-week league, but that last game did a lot for this team. And I think they realize, okay, we have the talent. As long as we don't beat ourselves and we just kind of stick to our identity, we're going to win a good amount of football games.
Yeah, we're going to beat a good amount of teams. And I think that if we win these next two, I think we're going to win these next two. When we win these next two games, and we go to that Colts, because the Colts schedule here isn't easy.
Yeah, they're playing Kansas City this week,
and then they play Houston right after that.
Are they at KC this week?
They are.
And Kansas City's desperate right now.
Yeah. Kansas City's pissed off. They just lost against their division rival in the Broncos.
Yep.
And then Houston has to go play a pissed off Bills team tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's interesting. We need to.
We still control our own destiny.
Yeah, exactly. I think we have a good chance here. So how was that? What's their record right now? What's the Colts record?
Colts are 8-2, 9-2, 8-2, 8-2 because they just had their bye.
8-2. All right, so they have 2 losses. We have 4.
Yeah, we're not far behind them.
Yeah, I think one of those Colts games gonna get flexed too. That's gonna be a Sunday night game or something like that.
That would be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
I wish it would ours. I hope it's ours. I want to go.
Yeah, I think it will be. Honestly, that's how it would work out. You were saying though, right? If they lose, no, they probably did the later one because that'd be for the division.
For the division, it'll probably be
more.
the one in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So,
anyways,
yeah.
But anyways, so the Cardinals. Is there anybody on? Because I know they got Josh Sweat on defensive line.
Yep.
They got their rookie defensive tackle Walter Nolan's playing pretty well.
Buda Baker in the secondary. Yep.
Anybody absolutely like scary you? No. I think we just need to play our normal game that we did last week.
They gave up 90 yards to Christian McCaffrey, who's a great back. That's not a knock on him at all. But like, I think that we have the opportunity to run the ball. I think that because Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers don't have a real second back.
Yeah.
I mean, they have Brian Robertson, but like, I don't think he got involved as much as he would have liked to. But I think with the same type of game plan that we just used on the Chargers, I think that we put belt to ass against them too.
Yeah, I think we have a really good chance. Again, I think it's a very winnable game,
extremely winnable,
just like these other ones. But I think we need to make it look like a winnable game.
Yeah,
we need to win by 2 possessions.
Yeah,
something like that. Because we're only like a 2.5 point favorite. So,
are you serious?
Yeah, I think we're 2.5.
That's probably because we're going to them and they're not coming to us.
Yeah. All right, so let's go. Let's go into predictions. So, offensive player of the game, defensive player of the game, and a score. So let's do one at a time. Let's do offensive player first. BTJ.
I'm going BTJ on the return game to get a touchdown and 80 yards at the bare minimum.
That would be great to see.
Yes.
I know Brenton Strange is most likely going to play, it sounds like.
It sounds like he's most likely.
I don't think he'll be the offensive player of the game. I do like one of the backs getting it again.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, talked to the Prowler Hour guys on Monday about this.
Yeah.
I have like a weird feeling LaQuint Allen's going to get in the end zone this week.
That would be great.
I don't know why.
That'd be great.
But I feel like he's going to have a good game. I think Tutin's a little bit banged up.
You know what's going to happen?
What?
LaQuint Allen is going to catch a pass out the backfield and get into the end zone.
Probably. I'm saying I clip this if he does get in, because I really do feel like LaQuint Allen, for some weird reason, is getting in the end zone.
I think so too.
And I think he's going to get a handful of carries and a couple catches. So I'm going to give it to him. I think he's also going to be helpful in the pass game or pass protection like he has been all year against like guy like Josh Sweat. So that's going to be mine.
Also, I don't remember seeing, I think he was, but I don't remember seeing Bashal Tootin on the injury report.
Yeah.
But I think he might be, and I think he was limited today. If he was on the injury report.
Yeah, it looks like an ankle during the game.
It did, but he was also on the sideline, helmet on, ready to go back in, and they just didn't put him back in. So.
That's fair. So maybe gets to just a few more carries.
Yeah.
Defensive player.
It has to be. Do we think that the sack record put that battery in Josh Hines Allen back?
I don't know necessarily. I think he's
because, like I said, I think that this is a weak offensive line, and if we can take advantage of it, it'll look like it did this past week.
I don't with Josh. I don't think it's an effort thing. You know what I mean? He's a high character guy. I don't think it's an effort thing. It's just getting home. And he has had a handful of games where he's had a ton of pressure, just not being able to get the quarterback on the ground.
He's had hands on people.
Yeah.
And still has not been able to get the actual sack.
So I don't know if it's him. I'm in between two guys.
Sure.
Did you already give yours or no?
No.
All right.
I want to say Josh Hines Allen, but I feel like it's going to be somebody in the secondary. I hope. Hopefully, it's like a Jarian Jones, in my opinion.
That'd be good. That'd be a good one. Because Marvin Harrison Jr. is out too.
Yeah.
There's only a couple of receivers that they have. Like they have this kid Wilson that's not bad.
Was that Michael Wilson or something like that? Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah.
They have kind of like their own version of Parker Washington and Dortch. I don't know.
Yep.
Who's he's really good in the kick game, and he's explosive when he gets the ball on offense.
If they do put up a legit fight, I think it's going to be because of the special teams. Yeah.
Oh, you're saying Arizona if they stay in the game?
Yes. If they do stay in the game, it's going to be because the special teams made like a really good play and put them in position to something like that. Yeah,
that makes sense. I'm in between Devin Lloyd and Dennis Gardeck.
I love Dennis Gardeck, dude. He's a monster.
I'm gonna go. I said Dennis on Monday because it's a not revenge game, but it's against his old team.
Yeah, an old team.
I think he's gonna play really well, but for some reason, Devin Lloyd can't get out of my head right now. So I'm going to give it to Devin. I think he's going to have a sack and an interception in this game. I think he's going to have a great game, kind of like one of the games he had earlier on in the season. I think he's going to play really well in this game.
Nice. I think he picks off a target to Trey McBride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other reason, too, you need him in this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Let's go score prediction.
Sure. I put my score prediction on Twitter earlier. I still am going to stand by it. I have us 30-10.
That's a lot of points. So how many games would that be with 29 plus points?
We had 3 straight so far. This will be the 4th one if we do it.
That'd be pretty good. I do think, let's see, in between. Because I can see them beating the Cardinals actually pretty easily in this game. Mm-hmm. But am I confident they're going to do that? Kind of like the Chargers prediction. Am I confident they're going to be able to take advantage of these matchups?
We picked the other team that we were so unconfident. We picked the other team in the prediction.
Yeah. I'm going to say 24-21 Jags. It's going to be closer than you think. It's away. I think their defense is going to maybe turn the ball over or get a couple takeaways. I think their special teams, like you mentioned, might get like a kick return or something for a touchdown.
That might happen.
Something stupid. I think Jacoby's going to move the ball well against us, but I think we make some pretty big plays in that game. Like I said, Devin Lloyd picking somebody off. Mm-hmm. Maybe BTJ goes houses like an 80-yard bomb. That's what
I'm thinking. BTJ catches a bomb this game because it's.
I feel like
it's been necessary.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of big plays in this game.
I do too.
I don't know why I think
I do too.
But I feel like you're going to see some big touchdown, like I said, kick return, an 80-yard touchdown. Like,
yep. I think Parker gets into the box,
six, maybe something like that.
I think that there's going to be a lot of just maybe a shootout. To be honest with you,
I've seen a lot. I mean, over the years in Arizona, there's been some wild games there.
Yeah.
If you go back in the history book, so I'm going to say we have one of those.
Nice.
But yeah, anything else you want to talk about?
Man, to be honest with you, I felt like this was going to be like a very short episode just because like we played well.
Yeah, I know. I think we gave everybody flowers that we needed to.
Yeah.
I will say this. So we're at Strings in Springfield. Check out tentatively. I'll put a tentative on there. But so far, we've already talked to David Garrard. So David's going to be here on December 3rd.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to come out to that, get autograph signs, pictures. We're also putting up a deal with Strings here where you guys get free beer and about 5 wings. That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Feel free to come out and get that.
Come hang out.
So December 3rd, that'll be there. And then we also, this is the tentative part. I've been in discussions with Jimmy Smith. Jimmy, I think you're going to be there, so I'm going to put you on the ticket.
Let's go, baby.
David Garrard and Jimmy Smith, December 3rd in Springfield, Strings Brewery. We're going to send out some tickets here shortly, so within the next couple days. So definitely come down and get your autograph signed. Have a beer with us. We'll have a lot of fun.
Come have a beer, have fun, eat wings, get some stuff signed, bring your footballs, bring your jerseys, bring everything, man. We're here, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait.
Hell yeah. All right, let's get a Duval and get out of here. 1, 2, 3.
Duval.
Check it out. Like and subscribe.